Lifespans are increasing. In fact, the fastest growing subgroup in the U.S. today is that group of senior citizens over 100 years of age. Today, the aged are availing themselves of several lifestyle options, and the nursing home remains one of those options. Many of today's nursing institutions are much like Golden Acres, committed to meeting the total needs of its residents.
We have come to the conclusion that we are really a center for serving older people, a campus for the aged, and that we should provide an umbrella of services from independent living to dependent living. There are some people who do not feel they want to live in an institution or don't require total institutional services. Yet they're lonely, they may have some physical problems. There are some men who can't prepare their own meals and so forth. So that 5 years ago, we built some apartment units, efficiency, singles, one bedroom, and so forth. And now have 26 older men and women who are in these apartment units. They can prepare their own food. They come to the home and select those activities that they would like to participate in. But this gives them the freedom of being independent and yet having the security that service is available when they need it.
What are your objectives in establishing a good nursing home?
What we are trying to do is to provide a total environment which meets all of the human and living needs, to give the individual as much privacy as possible, as much dignity as possible, as much choice in the decisions that affect his life, the freedom to come and go, to decorate his room as he chooses, a key to the front door, no visiting hours. While we still provide many services that are essential, we try to do so without infringing on the rights of the individual. I think that's the major difference between the modern institution and the image that people have of homes. A number of years ago, we were part of a rather significant research study that was conducted by North Texas State University, in which we were trying to find out, how does a decision to enter a home get made? Who makes it? The family members, the older person, the physician, the chaplain, and so forth. And what we did was we looked at, where did older people live for 15 years before coming into the home? We had very conclusive evidence that the home, the institution, was not the first choice of solution for a problem. When an older person became ill or needed some assistance, they moved in with their families. They lived with one daughter for 3 months or another son for 6 months. They displaced teenagers. Children were moved out of their rooms and sleeping in living rooms and so forth. The families really tried to take care of their aged. But we don't have the skills, the knowledge, the experience, the background that permits us to take care of older, sicker people. So ultimately, they must come to institutions. Now, sometimes the reverse is true. Families wait too late until we really can't help the individual, you see. And when to apply and when to come into an institution is a very difficult question. Too early is not correct, and too late is just as difficult.
How do you determine when it's too early and too late?
If a person needs more than 8 hours care a day, they most likely need congregate care. If they can live at home and a homemaker come in, somebody do their shopping and so forth. But if they need an attendant for more than 8 hours, they better be in an institution. I think what we need to do is to help people recognize that there are certain appropriate solutions for older people, and the institution is one of them. But the point is that nursing homes will always continue because they fill a need that living alone or living in the community cannot fill. We prefer, whenever possible, if the individual has the capacity, has their faculties, that they participate in the decision to enter the home. They must have this choice if possible. Of course, some of these people are sometimes a little confused or mentally impaired, and decisions have to be made for them. But wherever possible, we want the older person to be a part of the process and voluntarily seek admission. They make a much better adjustment when they feel that this was their decision. Coming into a home need not be the end of the world. Some people have come in and have gotten better, we have our alumni association in the Home for the Aged. The older person, I think, very often is more understanding than we give them credit for. And if we help them understand why this is being done and the choices that they have, it will work out. Now, there are some older people, of course, who resist it, who are fiercely independent. We had a woman out here the other day who was 88 and said she was thinking about this for her old age.